DaFAQ!
Part 5. Actionable items. So let's sum up this multi-part episode and finish with some actionable things. Hi-ha! Here's what to do to make the most of your shamisen practice and hopefully get the best results. 1. Be patient with yourself. Know that your skills will take over a decade to develop, like anything in life. So focus on having fun. Challenge yourself, but don't expect to be at any particular level. That will happen on its own. In a way, the healthiest mindset for getting better is not having your goal to get better. Your goal is not to build skills. Your goal is challenging yourself while having fun. If you can accomplish that goal of challenging yourself while having fun, your skills will naturally rise on their own. And if you don't have that be your expectation, the skills building, it can just happen on its own. And then, before you know it, like how time flies, you'll look and say, hey, I couldn't do this before. And if you want to prove that, definitely it's helpful to make a journal, a video or audio journal of your practice. Maybe once a month, every few months, make a recording of yourself playing a song, and then, years down the line, you can watch and look back and see, hey, I've actually really gotten better over the time. That can be cool, or not necessary, but something that can be fun. 2, give your brain the opportunity to roam and explore by keeping your practice varied. If you give your brain the opportunity, it will find the connections for you. So with that, here's some things you can do, which in combination could yield some breakthroughs. Scales. Personally, I never ever was interested in scales and rather developed my coordination through learning songs. Sue, on the other hand, loves practicing scales, and that's part of the way she's built her coordination. That is to say, you don't need to practice scales to level up, but if you're trying to shake up your brain to discover new connections, sprinkling it into your practice sessions could help. And Mike Penny covers the main scales and modes in his lessons in the Bashido Schoolhouse, so feel free to check those out if interested. Drills. Similarly, I'd also prefer to practice songs instead of drills, but many years later, I'd grown to find them engaging. Basically, you can make anything into a drill. It's just a way to repeat a specific thing over and over again for concentrated muscle memory building. And if you make a short loopable phrase, that can make repeating the element you want to practice much more enjoyable. Songs. This was my favorite primary way to practice. Playing a song is like a compound exercise. A song has rhythm, techniques, phrases, patterns, all in one. Yes, it's not as concentrated as focusing on drills and scales, but it gives you a bit of everything in the context of the style, which deepens your connection to the music. Having this being the primary component of your practice session, with short periods of drill and scale practice mixed in for refinement and challenge, you will develop your skills over time. Speaking of challenge, backing tracks in the key of B, C, or D, whatever your shamisen is tuned to. Again, very important. Just like how songs are a way to practice techniques and rhythm inside the structure of a preset melody, backing tracks are a way to use those techniques and rhythms without a preset melody, which builds ear development and your ability to create your own melodies based on your own feeling. It might feel scary at first and nothing might come to mind, but that's the challenge. Find a note which sounds good to you in the song and start there. Then just build on it and incorporate it with the rhythm or groove of the song. little, you will build awareness for what sounds good in a particular scale or mood, and that confidence will make it easier to improvise and jump in on any song, and will make learning songs by ear even easier. But that will happen over time. Just use the backing track for 1 minute and explore. If nothing sounds right, that's fine. Try again next time. Even if nothing comes to mind, just putting yourself in that environment will open yourself to possible insights which you might not have had otherwise. So, if I were to bring these 4 elements into a practice session, I would do it this way. First, I would start with a song I know well, which warms me up and gets me feeling good. After playing the song, try a backing track for 1 minute or as long as you feel like, and then return to the song you know well. Then try a few drills for a few times, and then go back to the song. Then perhaps do some scale practice for a few times, and then go back to the song. Then, if you feel like it, maybe learn a few sections of a new song. Lastly, end with the song you know well to conclude with a satisfying feeling. Playing a song you know well in between challenges is like a moment for your brain to rest and rebuild confidence, while gradually incorporating what you've practiced in the drill, scale, or backing track. Most likely, you won't even notice it happening, but connections are building. Lastly, listen to tons of shamisen music and watch as many shamisen videos as you can. Throughout human history, the fundamental way we've learned is through observation. And the more you can immerse yourself, saturate yourself with shamisen in the context of the music, the less you need a teacher. Of course, it is very helpful in the beginning to, get a sense of things like the pinky, how to position yourself. But, from my experience, my brother and I started bluegrass at age 7 for me, 9 for him. We had no formal teachers, but we were around jam circles every week. And every time we played, we were around our friends who've been playing music for decades. Likewise, with shamisen, YouTube wasn't even out yet, but I had access to shamisen cassettes, LPs, and some CDs. And I would just listen to those over and over again. And when YouTube came out, the handful of shamisen videos that were there, I just watched those over and over again. And that brought context. Even though, I had a handful of lessons from Kevin, primarily I was on my own. But listening to so much, immersing myself in the music, the context was there, which helped me kind of innately feel which direction, I should go in. Much more than if I didn't listen to any of that and I just had the shamisen. It would have been like a full mystery. So yeah, as much as you can, listen, observe, enjoy. Kyle Abbott. Kyle Abbott here with a bonus thing. Definitely, scales, drills, songs, backing tracks, these are all great ways to add sweet variety to your practice sessions. However, it does not have to stop there. The goal is to vary the challenge. So be creative with it. If there's a song you know well, Sakura Sakura, take a section, close your eyes, and try to play it. That's challenging. Bring some friends over, give them a little show. That's a nice level of challenge. Set up a camera, hit record. That definitely makes my heart beat, at least it used to. All of these things, they just offer more ways to potentially stimulate some kind of inspiration, connection, solution, whatever with your brain. And to a certain degree, the more variety you can sprinkle in, the better chance that has of happening. However, don't play with your eyes closed, do the thing, open them, and think, am I better yet? No. It'll happen on its own. We don't know when inspiration will strike, but it will happen. On that note, there is value in taking a break. In the past, there's been times when there's just things I cannot figure out with shamisen, certain phrases, ways of striking accuracy, whatever. No matter how much I play, the answer is not there. And then unrelated to that, I'd have to take a break, a week, a month, sometimes multiple months. And my fear was, oh no, I'm going to be even worse when I get back. Quite the opposite. That time allowed my brain to fully step away and kind of forget about it. And then when it returned, it approached the problem from a completely different angle. And what was once impossible to figure out suddenly was so easy. So definitely there is huge value in taking a break. So even if you have no need to take a break, like an injury or busyness or whatever, if there is something you're really struggling with, feel free, consider a hiatus for a little while. Just try a week, try a few days, I don't know, just any kind of time. It's potentially very valuable. And that gives time for eating ice cream.